Nah, you can say it. We've said worse things.
Yeah.
You have said worse things.
Now we are live.
We are live and let's have the light. As I like to say my favorite lines. When we go live, let's have the light. So yes, April 24th is a very, very special day for all of us. Hai na? As cricket fans, God was born that day. Normally God is eternal, but God was born on April 24, 1973. Yes, today is Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar's birthday. Happy birthday, Sachin, from Sports Today, and also to the 1.3 billion fans. They'll obviously be wishing him hashtag happy birthday Sachin, hashtag Sachin Tendulkar's birthday. Everything is trending. He's now 49. That's the number of centuries that he hit in ODI cricket. Yes, and 51 in tests. Do we still miss him?
I do. I think so. Sachin is not about just cricket, him scoring those runs. Sachin was an emotion, boss.
Yeah,
Like
Shane.
Yeah, I think, this is true for me across sports. I still miss Michael Schumacher
Yeah.
when I watch
I
Formula
agree.
1.
Yep. Two colossal names mentioned in one frame, Schumacher and
And it's going to be the
Tendulkar.
same way when Messi and Ronaldo
Oh yeah,
retire.
for sure.
Oh
for
yes,
Sure.
I think it's one of those aspects where you look at somebody and our entire childhoods
Yeah.
was spent watching him.
Yep.
We remember Sachin as the guy who was always there when you're watching cricket, boss. Sachin was one name always on the team sheet.
Yep.
So that's why it feels like,
Yes.
as I said, Sachin is an emotion.
Yep. November 16, 2013 was a day 1.3 billion Indians cried and flooded the Wankhede. But as of today, this day will be very important for his home side, Mumbai or Mumbai Indians. It's a homecoming even for the Mumbai Indians. They're coming after 3 years to the Wankhede, their fortress.
More than 1,000 days.
Of course.
More than 1,000 days since they last played at their
Yep.
home stadium.
Karthik M, hello. Dhairya, hi guys. Hi, Ayan Sharma, hello guys. Krish, MI08 loading. Ooh, we don't have a MI fan right now.
Or 7-1 like the scoreline in football. Like
yeah.
Krish is saying that
Yes.
MSG is looking
MI
like a football score.
For those
7-1.
guys, yeah, 7-1, the Minierazo of
Minierazo,
2014,
2014,
Germany,
yeah.
Brazil. Whether they do that or it will be even worse than the Minierazo, we don't
8-0.
know. 8-0, yes.
Then it could be 8-2, like United defeated Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal. Our family members are clearly not watching just the Mumbai Indians game. Ayan Sharma is saying signs out in F1, yes.
And
Well, he
Shane's-
is. I'm actually keeping an eye on the race because
Yes.
obviously I will be coming and joining you guys live once
Yep.
the race is over.
Yep,
So
yep.
yeah, keep an eye out for that one. I will be joining you guys, and yeah, that's why I'm having to constantly check my phone. There's also a Chelsea match going on, so I'm like
Yes.
alternating between so many things right now.
So much going on. So
Yeah.
much.
It's not like Super Saturday, but it is like Manic
Super Sunday.
Super Sunday,
It's
Manic Sunday, I
Super
will say.
Sunday.
Manic
Yeah,
Sunday.
yeah, for sure.
Because other sports, you'll soon see, we have done a couple of mojos. Do check that out when that is up. Yunus one, it's a bad time to be KKR and Manchester United fan. Both their managements are poor. And regarding KKR, this has been my opinion since Gautam Gambhir's era. So yes, KKR and Man U fan, both are here. Guys.
Yeah, and that's the
Say
interesting-
Man United.
Manchester
Stop calling it
United.
Man U.
Man U, okay.
You
Manchester
know, I don't
United.
remember it. I had a friend who used to say Manu aa gayi.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh, let's not get into that, guys. It's tough times for both of them. And where is Nikhil, sir? As usual, the question Emmanuel Arfeen is asking, well, Nikhil is out doing something big at the Arun Jaitley Stadium, guys.
Let's just call it the Feroz Shah Kotla, please.
I have to go by the original and official name now, folks. Yes, it's the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Today, 100% MS Sarak Chandra Yalamarthi saying, yes, if Mumbai lose today, it will be unprecedented. First time in the history of IPL, they have lost first 8 matches. That will happen.
Have they lost first 7 before?
No, this is self
No,
history.
this is self
So,
first.
so everything is a first right now.
Yeah,
And not the good time.
Yeah.
So Rudresh
See-
Rahul says Rohit Sharma 100 incoming loading. Why do you use those terms?
yeah.
They're such
You have
jinxes.
jinxed it. You have jinxed it. But
Nah.
yes, 100 incoming for Rohit Sharma might be loading, but for KL Rahul, we can say with certainty. Boss, KL Rahul has bossed Mumbai Indians in the last 3-4 years. What is his average? Brad Manusk 113 against the Mumbai Indians and a strike rate of 150. Boss, if that is not dominance, what is?
Yeah.
So Bad day for Reds yesterday. My both favorite teams lost yesterday. Yesterday were destroyed.
So Reds beats RCB and United, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think Manchester United fought. But yeah, Arsenal were
Fought,
better.
United
No,
fought.
they didn't.
See, the point is they could talk about a few dodgy decisions. They could talk about everything, but when you had the opportunity to go to all,
Yes.
you missed a penalty. So
Yeah.
can't forget that. Anyway, let's move past the United debacle this season. Every
Xhaka
day
and
I
Xhaka
come.
scored, right? Xhaka and Xhaka scored.
Xhaka and Saka.
All they
Xhaka
needed
and
was
Xhaka.
Lacazette, and their scorers
Yeah.
would have been Xhaka, Saka, Laka.
Yeah,
And you
Ayan
would have been
Sharma is
so
saying,
happy.
can fortune change for MI as he returned at the home ground? I will first give and then I'll get these two gentlemen to say, yes, fortune can change today because see, mathematically, if you have to look at it, but it's 0.00001%. Mumbai Indians are still in with the playoff chance.
Yeah.
But if they lose today, it's even mathematically impossible for them. So yes, at the Wankhede, Mumbai Indians have a great record. It's their fortress.
He's saying they still have a chance.
Very, very little.
I
but
said
mathematically-
0.00001.
Mathematically.
Yeah.
Mathematically, yeah, but we know it's not happening,
Yeah.
guys. We
They
called it 2 games back, in fact.
Yeah.
A couple of games back.
1083 days later, Mumbai are coming home. We haven't stayed that long even away from our home. So yes, that extra benefit and
Thanks to
emotion
COVID,
will
we
be
didn't get
there.
the chance to stay away from home for that.
Yeah,
long.
I know.
We were
So-
only cooped up there.
Yep. So Mumbai, I feel they can break the jinx today because they'll be very determined to do it in front of their home ground at Wankhede. What do you guys think? You're an LSG fan, I know that.
Yeah, but I am saying they defeated LSG defeated Mumbai Indians in the first encounter
Yes.
they had, and frankly, Lucknow, the way they lost the last game also, I thought they could have done much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they also need a victory because otherwise that pack of the top 4 will
Become very crowded suddenly. yes.
it'll be crowded. But I'm saying if LSG don't win today, the teams above them will have some sort of distance
Yes.
between them and LSG. So that is why Lucknow to stay in the top 4 needs this victory tonight.
Yep.
Mumbai are out of it, so I really don't have to say much
Shane.
about it.
So I mean, look, I don't know about MI. I think personally, no matter how many wins they get now, they need to win 7 on the trot very heavily. So I'd say even the team management to say, you know what, we got it wrong in the auction, and we've obviously gotten off to the worst start historically in the IPL. So they should say, you know what, and this is just my opinion. Feel free to disagree with me or tell me how wrong I am. That they should write off this season, start playing some of their squad players.
So
Give-
Arjun Tendulkar.
Yes, give Arjun Tendulkar a chance. Throw in a Mayank Markande. I mean, wouldn't it be a very interesting thing that Arjun makes his debut on the birthday of his dad?
So Markande in place of who?
Who was the? No, but Hrithik Shawkin did all right last time.
He
so-
scored 25 runs,
Yes.
gave
And-
away
and his
24,
economy rate
very
was
economical,
5.75.
very economical.
Yeah.
23 runs he gave away.
So, but I would still like to see, if not this game, then next game, something.
Yep.
Because again, they really have nothing to lose. Even Hrithik Shawkin came in almost because of that only. I think there's
Yeah.
nothing to lose. Try out some of the new players and say, you know what, we're going to regroup and rebuild come the next, whether it be auction, draft, we don't know what's going to be happening.
So far, there has been no caps handed. So far. But we still have about 7 minutes to go. So, again, that conundrum, you pay 8.5 crores for a particular player and you don't pick him. Tim David, hope he gets a chance today.
That's been one of the more puzzling things about their entire approach. They went hard for him in the auction,
And
very
not playing.
hard,
Yep.
but you're not playing him.
And
by the way, our producer Shivam tells me
That-
Nikhil Naz is with us.
from the Firoz Shah
from-
Kotla for
from
these guys,
the-
but Arun Jaitley Stadium.
Yes, Nikhil, are you there?
Can you hear us?
It's
Oh,
not
it's not
audible.
audible for
Technical
now.
issues. That's the problem. But
Please,
also-
Shivam, sort it out for
So
us.
we have a username Shinchan, interesting, and he says Virat ducks hurt more than breakups. Right, depends on what type of breakup it is. I mean,
See,
Shane,
fun
Shane
fact,
has
I
seen-
celebrated my breakup. So I celebrated my
I'm saying
breakup.
Shane has seen his fair share of breakups clearly.
to be fair, just one, and it was a pretty amicable one in terms of it was amicable for me.
No, I had a proper heartbreak. So
Okay, Shinchan, yes, every Indian fan is worried. Virat Kohli, 2 consecutive Golden Ducks, it's never happened for him in his entire playing career. One hopes that he can only get back to form. Not the Kohli of 2012-19, but at least half of that is also potent.
see, my point is, if Kohli is back to scoring runs, it just bodes well for this Indian side also. And I really hope this Indian team gets to see that Virat Kohli of 2016 again. really important for them. And Nikhil, can you hear us, Nikhil? How's it going?
I can hear you. Can you?
Yeah,
you
now
guys
we
hear
can
me?
hear
We
you.
can
Now
hear
we
you, Nikhil.
can.
We can hear you.
Ah,
So, how's it going at the Arun Jaitley Stadium?
so it's late as usual, as you can see. We're at the erstwhile Firozshah Kotla. The floodlights are on. And now the Arun Jaitley Stadium. We're about to start. You can see the pavilion behind me right now, which you can see is the main pavilion. This is the players' dressing room. And guess who's joined me? There's
Ah, yes.
Oh,
hello,
hello,
Vikrant,
hello.
sir.
We are about to, you can see, it's the Virat Kohli pavilion behind us. Can you
Of
see
course.
Yes.
Yes, we can see you, Nikhil.
Yep.
So the rights were being sold for this game, but you guys did bid for it.
Oh, yes. Anyway, see, Nikhil and Vikrant are at the Virat Kohli Pavilion
It's
too.
also here.
So, the two stalwarts of journalism, Nikhil and Vikrant, are at the Virat Kohli Pavilion at Arun Jaitley Stadium.
Oh, and Rahul sir is also there.
Ah,
Oh, Rahul Bhai is also there.
yes,
Brilliant.
yes.
Oh, yes, I can see him in the background, I guess. Yes.
So, Tendulkar, Sehwag and Rahul Dravid at the same ground.
No, there's still a.
Toss hasn't happened.
No, 5 minutes for
We're
that.
waiting to know whether we are going to bat first or bowl first.
Oh,
No, he's
brilliant.
talking
He's talking
about
about
this
their
toss.
Wow, you are all IPL coordinated, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But Nikhil, please, and a request, your overrate should be better than the IPL, please.
We'll try. We'll try.
So that we can see you in the post-match show. That's why he's saying this. What is Rahul Bhai eating first of all?
Yeah, very, very tempting sitting here and with us eating nothing.
He was eating some aloo tikki.
Aloo
Which is the
tikki.
snack
Before
that
before
he
going out to bat or bowl, whatever, some
Aloo
aloo tikki to keep himself fit on the field.
Yes.
Fueled, rather.
Well, lot of comments on the family members are giving you tips on how to play at the Arun Jaitley Stadium, and they all say play on the front foot.
Okay, we'll do so. Only on the front foot now. Waiting for our batting to come. I hope that we are batting first.
So
and
that-
not, bowling. But the weather is nice today, and under the lights, there's not too much of an issue when it comes to heat. So we've avoided the Delhi heat. We'll be playing under the lights. I don't know if you can see the pitch. Let me take you down to the pitch.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
It's a very rare occasion that people get a chance to be at the Firozshah Kotla pitch, which is where Anil Kumble took his 10 wickets. So
Yeah.
I'm in the square right now, the square area. We are using the center wicket
Oh,
to
okay.
play the game. So the game is between DDCA President 11, that is Rohan Jaitley, son of
Yep.
Arun Jaitley, who's now the DDCA President. He's assembled a team of some former Delhi players to play against the Media 11. So this is the pitch. I'm right now here at the center pitch, as you can see right
Yes.
behind me. This is where we'd be playing. And right there is the signage for Arun Jaitley Stadium. That also happens to be the Gautam Gambhir stand. That is the
Yes.
Mohinder Ramanathan stand.
Yep.
That's the Mohinder Ramanathan stand. That's the pavilion, and that is the Virat Kohli pavilion.
Yes.
And that's the Bishan Singh Bedi stand as well. That
Right.
one.
Yep.
Bishan Singh Bedi stand. So what's happening in the game today, guys? Mumbai, will they finally get their first win or not?
Well, they are returning home after 1083 days. They are back at the Wankhede. 2019 was the last time they played. So that is why I think today they will break the streak. Otherwise, it will still resemble the Brazil versus Germany scorecard 1-7.
I don't see them breaking their streak, honestly.
I also think that Lucknow have the upper hand in this clash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Siddhant will say that. The Lucknow
I have to
Tigers-
back my team. I picked them as one of the playoff favorites, and if they don't make it, then I'm gonna cry, because then only Rajasthan were among the ones I picked, only Rajasthan will be making the playoffs. So
Yeah.
I really want Lucknow to also be there.
Yep.
Who are the other two teams you picked? CSK?
I picked CSK and I picked Punjab Kings.
Yeah.
Okay.
I picked CSK, GT, LSG and MI. MI are definitely not going.
But
So-
GT, MI?
GT.
When did you pick GT?
I changed one team. No, when asked the choice, I changed one team.
I didn't know this.
No, this is before the IPL started.
Before the IPL, I had picked MI or CSK. LSG and DC.
So before the IPL started, you both hadn't
I wasn't part of
yeah,
this.
so me, Nikhil, Rahul bhai, and Vikrant sir, the four of us, I think so, made our playoff picks. Or I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, Dean Simon is asking a super chat. Nikhil, what is your thoughts on that? The reports that have been floating around of Saha versus Journo. What is your take on that?
I don't know. The report suggests that the journalist is going to be banned for 2 years, in which period that he's not going to be allowed to cover any BCCI games. They're going to write to the ICC that he cannot be covering any ICC games as well. So that is what we're getting to know. We actually got to know that yesterday, but we did not report because till such time the BCCI sends a press release, we cannot confirm this news. But this is what we got to know from the BCCI meeting yesterday, that this decision was taken. Now, but we're still waiting for the official confirmation on that. And once we have that, then we'll actually put it out officially.
Right.
Yep. So Bharveer Singh is asking, sir, instead of Manish Pandey, can LSG try Ayush Badoni at number 3 and they can add Krishnappa Gautam?
You know, the thing is that Gautam, the few games he played, didn't look convincing at
But
all.
he was good with the ball.
Picked wickets.
True.
That's the thing.
He was decent
But
with the
my
ball.
my problem is it's their batting that will suffer. And that number 3 slot is a problem. There was a point, Evan Lewis was there.
Yeah.
He scored that 55, also won them a game. But unfortunately, after that, he was also let go.
Yes.
I don't know what will happen. But Pandey's form is definitely a huge concern.
Yep.
And Vaibhav, I saw your question. I'm actually not from Lucknow, but because I belong to UP, I'm from Muzaffarnagar.
Yes,
so
Rohit Sharma has won the toss, and I guess he'll choose to bowl, but we don't know that
Check,
officially yet.
open the thing, Shivam, please. Yeah. And it is... Okay.
Well, we'll get to know in
We'll
due
get to know
course.
soon. I think they have chosen to bowl only. I think it's not changed.
It's Wankhede. People love chasing here.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yep. And Mumbai chased brilliantly at the Wankhede. I mean, 4 matches have been won by the team batting first, but 3 have been won by teams batting second. So it's pretty even at this point in time.
I think the key will be whether Mumbai can bat properly tonight.
That's the thing.
The
That's the
problem
thing.
is it's their middle order of that Surya Kumar, Tilak Verma and Devol Brevis scoring runs for them. Nothing above
From the
that.
openers.
Nothing from the openers. Nothing after that also.
Yep.
So that's been their problem. I really think...
Well, they have indeed chosen
To bowl.
Expected.
Yep, expected. So this is the 37th game, right? 36, 136. Yeah, one game the team that has won has chosen to bat, the other 36 chosen to bowl.
And Gujarat
Yep.
were the only team yesterday.
Yes.
They decided that they want to bat first, won the game also.
Yeah.
In
Yes.
fact, when we thought that it'll be the lowest total defended, and everybody thought that KKR are gonna make it.
Make it,
Yep.
absolutely.
But then KKR lost their 4th game.
But then
Oh.
KKR gonna KKR.
Yes.
So,
And Sahil Singh Rawat is asking, we normally tell international players like, okay, century is loading. Today, Vikrant sir century loading. Nikhil, what do you think? With the practice that Vikrant sir is having, century loading for him?
I think he's had a much longer dry run than Virat Kohli. I don't know whether he will break that duck today. But the conditions are good. He's already made an excuse saying that, the lights are on and I can't spot the ball. So he's already said it. Tried to
So Mumbai
set a
are
narrative in
unchanged.
case he gets out cheaply.
so by the way, before the game, I was saying that, Mumbai should go for maybe give the youngsters a chance, this, that. They've gone with an unchanged line.
No, but I knew this. I in a fantasy video had talked about that Mumbai might not change their lineup at all.
Which kind of makes sense. It's the most settled they've looked in ages.
No, people were thinking maybe Jaydev Unadkat goes out, but I said one bad game, but he still picked up a couple of
Yeah.
wickets. It was just that he was against MS Dhoni.
Yep.
Who loves playing against
and
him.
before that game, he was the pick of the bowlers for Mumbai.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I thought at
Yeah.
least that they are not going to make any changes. And
So Nikhil, Mumbai have chosen to bowl. Did you expect changes because they are fielding an unchanged team? Did you expect any changes?
Not quite, because I think they got the selection right last time around. In terms of the bowlers that they got in, and so that gave them a better look. That's another issue, that they lost a very, very close encounter, all down to the genius of MS Dhoni. But I think they made the right changes. I know there has been a very emotional appeal by a lot of fans to see Arjun Tendulkar, but I don't think you'll see it this soon. You might see it in the season, but you might see it going forward. Other than that,
I guess
think,
the big news is from the Lucknow camp. I think there's no Avesh Khan for this game.
Oh,
Let them
yes.
confirm, but I don't think he's there.
No, Mohsin
Mohsin
is
Khan,
playing.
yes. There's no Avesh Khan in the Lucknow Super Giants team, and Mohsin Khan is in. Rest of the batting and bowling lineup remains the same. Oh, maybe his Avesh is having an injury. Injury concern?
Yeah, probably, because clearly otherwise he would have been.
There's no way you're resting him now.
He has a different place in this 11 for this entire season. We know that if it is an injury, okay, we have got it. KL Rahul has said that Avesh has a niggle and has been rested for this game. Mohsin Khan replaces him. So I guess that's what we have seen with teams. They don't want to take chances. We saw that with Trent Bolt. We saw that with Mayank Agarwal, Hardik Pandya. All of them missed a game each.
Yes.
So now I think after that one game, they'll be back. So Avesh expected to be back next game.
Yep. From Sambal, Mohsin Khan.
But the biggest thing is that Manish Pandey retains his place, and Dushmanta Chamira, as I pointed out in my fantasy video, also keeps his place, even though after picking those first 2 wickets in that last game, he went for quite a few runs.
Yep. So it will be the battle of Unatkat versus Mohsin Khan, 2 left-arm pacers.
Mohsin Khan, what more can you tell us about him?
He's from Sambal in Uttar Pradesh, and one of the local Lucknow guys. Finally, we have a local representation, I can say about that. But yeah, 23 years of age, really showing his prowess. I think it was about time that he made a mark in the IPL, considering that he's been pretty impressive in the domestic tournament, if I may have to add. I mean, just one cursory glance at the T20 numbers that he's got. 33 wickets at an average of 19 and 7 economy rate. That's not at all bad.
That's not bad at all, actually. And what's his strike rate?
His strike rate apparently is 16.7.
So, not bad at all.
Not bad, yeah.
So every almost 2.5, 3 overs, he's taking a wicket.
Yep. I mean, yesterday one more left-arm pacer from Gujarat impressed, Yash Dayal. He could have gotten Russell out, but he bowled a no ball. So, Mohsin Khan in, but Nikhil, apart from Mohsin Khan replacing...
You happy with the call Lucknow have made with Manish Pandey?
Yeah.
So I couldn't hear you guys properly. So Pandey is not in, or is
Pandey is in.
Pandey is in. Only one change. Avesh Khan is out because of injury, and Mohsin Khan, the left-arm pacer from Sambal, Uttar Pradesh, is in. So apart from that, what do you think about the changes there and persisting with Manish Pandey?
I know that there would have been a lot of questions with regards to Manish Pandey, but I think they may need someone like him. The problem that had been when you were playing Manish Pandey at that time, the problem that had been was the fact that even better players like Ayush Badoni and all weren't getting enough deliveries to face, and that is what we discussed, that if you were going to push Kunal Pandya, Deepak Hooda also down the order, sometimes you were pushing them up. So the batting order, Jason Holder, if I'm not mistaken, played at number 8 or number 9 in one of those games. And that was the problem that they were facing because of a Manish Pandey. So ideally, I mean, I would have liked to have seen him drop, just so that you could utilize the best resources at the right places. At the moment, it's looking a very long batting lineup, and you're not utilizing him in the best position. Also, because of the style of cricket that he plays, yes, if you lose a lot of wickets, he may come in handy. But I think with the kind of batting they have, you would want to, keep attacking all the time. That's the strength they have. So personally, I would have liked to have seen them make a change with Manish Pandey, but I guess they don't want to chop and change and give that impression that there is a lot of panic in the camp.
Yes, Sanket Joshi is saying time for Mumbai Indians to spoil the party for other teams now. Yes, it's now or never, because a Mumbai win today will keep Punjab, Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, they'll be very happy with it because it opens up the table beautifully. And Love Rami saying is very disappointed. MI is not giving chance to Arjun Tendulkar. Don't know why.
See, again, just because I say that I want a fire sale doesn't necessarily mean that that's what teams are going to do. They might still want to collect a few points, play for some pride, and the team looked okay barring that, Unatkat last over problems. So I don't think it seemed very likely if you're looking at it from that perspective.
Yep. Storytelling writer saying, Shane, does that make GT special? Since they won the toss and chose to bat and they won against KKR.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. But I do also recall mentioning, Shreyas Iyer mentioning that he would also wanted to bat first because it can be very problematic fielding first in a day game with the heat the way it was. So, but it seemed like both captains were going that way. But full credit to Hardik for actually taking that call. No one else had done it prior to that.
Yeah.
True. Guys, not to forget, by the way, make your team.
On Gamezy.
I picked Avesh Khan on the Gamezy
Yes,
app.
yes.
And now that he's out, I have to change my bowling combinations.
Weber Viker, why there is no Avesh Khan? Avesh Khan has an injury. KL Rahul confirmed it. So please, if you are playing the fantasy game on Gamezy, please change.
That's what I'm doing
Yeah,
right now.
download the link from the descriptor. You stand to win 5 crores every day. And Nikhil, today is April 24th. It's a very special day for 1.3 billion Indian fans as well as world cricket fans. Sachin Tendulkar turns 49, the number of ODI centuries that he has hit. Your favorite Sachin moment and your favorite Sachin memory?
Oh my God, I have so many memories. I don't know if I can recount.
The show will end.
First day. I don't know. Numerous conversations that I've had with him on tours have been some of my favorite moments. I think my favorite Sachin moment came after Sachin retired, when I had the chance to go to his house and sit with him in his drawing room one-on-one and have a cup of coffee. That I think was, personally a big day for me. I was pretty nervous going that day, and the gentleman that he is, he receives you at the gate and then he drops you at the gate just as any guest comes to his house. So that was great. But other than cricketing memories, there's so many. On television, I remember that Desert Storm, that will be always close to my heart. I think Tony Gregg's commentary combined with the batting that Sachin did was outstanding. His knock 137, if I'm not mistaken, in the Chennai
143,
Test match,
143 and 134.
143, yeah, with a back injury, almost batting Pakistan out of that game before he got out to a tired shot to Saqlain Mushtaq. That was heartbreak. So that knock is an outstanding memory. Personally, I was present live at the stadium in Dhaka when he equaled Sunny Gavaskar's record of 34 Test hundreds. And I remember that moment when he walked off the field and Mr. Gavaskar, who was on commentary, actually came down to the boundary line to receive him. So he came in, he received him once he was walking off the ground after getting his 100. He was not out, if I'm not mistaken, that day. So to see that live, I think that was a great memory. Then to see his final Test match, I mean, I was very, very emotional. I covered that game leading up, watching him walk out, when he got out for one final time. Then I got a chance to meet him the next day to interview him after that final match that he played. It was very emotional. I clicked a picture and he gave a nice hug. He seemed relieved that now, Test cricket is behind him, and then he could look back at that journey. So many memories like that. I could go on and on. He's my favorite cricketer. So yeah, 24th of April is a memorable day for every cricket fan, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Siddhant, your favorite?
Well, I'm going to talk about a memory not many would remember because it came in the losing cause, and Sachin was the lone fighter like so many occasions that have happened in the past. This was that 175 he scored against Australia.
Whoa.
Okay, and that game is still fresh in my memories because India were chasing 351 for victory, and nobody had given India a chance in that game after they scored that many runs, Australia. And then suddenly Sachin Tendulkar turns up, and the way he was playing, it was beautiful to watch. Everything, those boundaries, those sixes, and the way he was batting, they were 299 for 4 if I'm not wrong, when Sachin and Raina were playing really well and only 52 needed for victory. You thought India had the game in the bag, and Sachin got out when the score was 332, and I remember
19 of 18.
19 of 18 they needed, and India ended up losing the game. It was just one of those days where I thought at least the others could have done something to win that game for Sachin, because it was so special, that innings by Sachin.
Yeah, Shane.
So for me, I don't know, there's lots to pick, but I think one of the knocks that defined his genius was that 248 not out in Sydney, 2004, because he was struggling with balls outside the off stump, and he said, you know what, I'm not going to play a cover drive. I'm just not going to play that shot. It takes a lot of discipline to say, I'm not going to play a shot, then go out there and actually do it. And then score, what was at that point, I think his highest test score?
241 he had made against Sydney. In 248 came much later.
Right.
It was
so
yeah.
At that point it was a massive innings because, and I think India had half a chance of even winning that test series at that point.
Yes.
Very disappointing they couldn't, but
Yep.
I mean, you don't get everything, and that was for me, my moment.
Well, my favorite moment is I'll just come on just closer to the camera and then I'll just show something. I've had the chance to, if you can see, I've had the chance to meet God. It was one of the greatest moments ever in my career, and it was in that same function where Nikhil also interviewed Sachin in that summit. So it was like this. I mean, I was outside of Delhi. I had to come back on that particular day, but it was fog. And from Mathura, I had to come to Delhi. What would have taken a 2-hour journey took 6 hours because of the fog. We had to go at the Yamuna Expressway at 20-30 kilometers per hour. I reached somehow, but then when I reached the venue, they said Sachin might not come because his flight was delayed because of the fog. I'm like, oh God, what a terrible opportunity that I will miss. But he came and somebody told me, Sachin is free, go up, he will meet him and then take him down. So the lift opened and then Sachin's there, he smiles, and then I'm like, okay, I've seen this guy a lot of times on TV. For the first time, I was like, okay, control, fan emotion, control. So I told the manager that, sir, I know I'll never get this opportunity again. Can you please click with my photo with Sachin? He obliged, and Sachin, yeah, please come. By the time I got down to the lift to the auditorium, there were about 80 to 90 guys suddenly out of nowhere, and they were jostling me and pushing me away just to get a shot with Sachin. So I almost lost my tuxedo in the process, but it's okay. I had 20 minutes with Sachin, and that was the best moment of my life. I can safely tell my grandchildren that. Favorite cricketing moment?
Next time he says best moment of my life or anything else, you remember this.
Yes, absolutely. But greatest Sachin moment, I would say epic. It was 136 versus Pakistan, Chennai. It was epic, and it showed like the sorrow that he felt. He didn't come out to collect his man of the match award after it. He was crying in the dressing room. It showed how much it meant, how much cricket meant to him, and for us, what passion. Sachin was the gold standard, that was it. Period.
Yeah, the Lone Ranger. So many times.
Indeed. And as far as I've got a lot of comments on Boom, it is very disappointing giving Arjun Tendulkar not a chance. I mean, let's not get into that. Mumbai will want to play the best team combination, so let us just leave it
Also,
at that.
that's entirely up to them whether they
Yes.
want to play Arjun Tendulkar or
not.
not.
Exactly.
The fact is, a lot of people saw that one Yorker, a searing Yorker that Arjun Tendulkar bowled recently and celebrated.
Kaushal
also
Jha is
in the
saying,
nets.
why MI is not playing Tim David? Good question. I have no answers to that. Paying 8.5 crores and not playing him. What is your take, guys? First, I'll come to Nikhil. Nikhil, not playing Tim David, 8.5 crores. Can he be heard?
He can be heard, but I think his...
Okay.
Yeah.
It's done. Okay. Why not? Why are you not playing Tim David?
Only Mumbai Indians would know. See, their problem is they thought of playing Tim David, and that would have been possible if Devon Brevis hadn't performed. The fact is they dropped Tim David for Brevis. Brevis came onto the scene, scored a few runs, showed that kind of stroke play that we saw from Brevis.
Yes.
was very good to see, the kind of sixes he hit. And I thought it became difficult for them to include Tim David because then you'd have to drop someone like a Kieron Pollard. And even though Pollard hasn't really done a lot this season, do you drop Pollard if you're Mumbai Indians?
They did actually do it.
They
one
did
time.
one season.
Yeah,
But
one
I'm saying after that also he came back and scored runs for them.
No, but maybe they need to do that with him. Maybe give him a bit of a break, then bring him back,
I'm not sure, but I thought that maybe Tim David could have been tried. But the thing is, he's not your regular bowling option also. Na? He's an all-rounder who bowls 1 or 2 overs maybe, but he bats. And I thought they wasted the amount of money they paid for him by playing him only for those first 2 games.
Yes.
I thought he deserved a longer rope in the side. And now because Brevis has performed, you can't do that.
Exactly.
Okay, storyteller writer has a question for me. Siri, what if MI offered you a statistician / data analytics role next season? I'm not getting into that now, man. I'm really not getting into that. Well, as they say,
This
no.
storytelling writer from the Mumbai Indians.
Yeah. Are you from there? Like how KKR had that in 2000. Who was that? That blogger.
hired
Fake
somebody,
cricket
yeah.
writer.
Fake
yeah.
cricket writer, yes.
That turned out to be one of the most overblown controversies ever
Yep.
because everyone thought it was an insider. It was just some dude blogging.
Yes,
So-
yes. So, will we see Rahul covering his ears again today? He's got 113 average against Mumbai Indians.
Won't be a shock. Let's
Won't
put it
be a
that
shock
way.
indeed. What about
No,
Tiger?
but let's not forget there's another Quinton de Kock at the other end
Yes.
who's playing
Who would
against his
be-
former
yes,
side.
yes,
and
yes.
he knows this Wankhede pitch. By the way, he was the top scorer when they won the league last time around?
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2020 he was.
Yeah.
Yes,
so,
he was.
So Quinton de Kock, because last 2 games he hasn't scored many runs, and maybe I'm not jinxing it right now.
Okay, who would want to take this question up? Do you see Bumrah as a contender for becoming future India captain along with Rahul and Shreyas now that Pandya has also come into the picture? I will say Bumrah is a future contender, but is it
For
risky to
captain?
make, as captain?
For Mumbai Indians or
No,
India?
no, India.
For me, I think after Rohit Sharma, and I gave my preference last night
Yeah.
also, I believe before KL Rahul, even though KL Rahul is going to be the next vice captain probably, but before KL Rahul, before Rishabh Pant, before Shreyas Iyer and anybody else that you talk about, even Hardik Pandya for that matter, I think Bumrah deserves an opportunity.
Yes.
Because I want to see a bowler be the captain. Hasn't happened since Anil Kumble.
Yes,
And
Anil Kumble, yep.
Kumble was also only the captain in
Tests.
I want Bumrah to lead us even in limited overs
Limited
cricket,
overs cricket,
once Rohit Sharma and everybody else
You're
decides to retire.
you're talking about Quinton de Kock. There is one more guy who's coming back to the Wankhede, and he's the Lucknow Super Giants team. Guess who? Krunal Pandya.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Krunal
Another
will
former
also
Mumbai
be back
Indian.
in the Mumbai at Wankhede, and he's actually done well as a finisher at Wankhede.
Yeah.
If you have to look at much more than Brabon, much more than any other stadiums.
But last game they batted him at 4.
For some
Yes.
reason, I have no idea
No,
why.
but he was still their highest scorer.
Still the
by
highest
that.
run scorer.
42 runs he scored.
Look, Lucknow, the games that they have lost, they have fiddled with their batting lineup.
Yeah.
Clear cut. The Bradmanesque approach to batting in that game is Rajasthan Royals did not help.
work.
And also in that game which they lost previously, do you think they fiddled with the batting?
They did kind of because Krunal was not their number 4. Their number 4 was probably Badoni and
No, also
Huda coming at 5.
Stoinis,
Ah.
they waited for quite some time. I thought...
They see him as a finisher, but I don't know.
Also, I was very disappointed with the batting, frankly. I thought both Holder and Stoinis had enough
they
balls.
lacked intent.
They just did not try to hit those boundaries, those sixes
Yep.
that they really needed at that point in those last 4 overs in Bangalore.
Would you say more than RCB's good death bowling?
No, RCB's good death bowling also deserves credit.
Yep.
Let's not take that
Anything
away from them.
Yeah.
Because Harshal, despite going for quite a few runs in that game, bowled a good third over.
Yes,
Okay.
he did.
And Josh Hazelwood took 4 wickets. So they also deserve a lot of credit because of the way they bowled.
Yep.
But at the same time, Lucknow were equally poor with their intent. Hardly tried hitting those big shots.
Yeah. And Sarat Chandra Alamati is pleading today, whatever happens, just make MI win, please. And he's requesting me. See, I am not God. Okay, I am with facts and stats. So I will say, if Mumbai have to break the streak, this is the best opportunity to break that streak. It's in Wankhede, it's Sachin Tendulkar's birthday. You want to give the great man a good gift, isn't it? So today I am backing MI because if you lose 0 and 8, then it just SARS Tendulkar's birthday celebrations, honestly. So
I still see LSG as being the prime favorite.
I'm also going to go with LSG simply because I support them, boss.
Anime World, I cannot take this comment, please. I cannot. So sorry for that. I cannot take this comment.
Shivam, can you go to YouTube?
Yes. Aryan Natani is asking, please clarify whose responsibility to signal height of no ball, leg umpire or bowlers and umpire? If it's leg umpire, why everyone questioned Nitin Min because he was not the leg umpire. See, okay, again.
No, but that no ball call has to be given by the umpire who's standing at the crease.
At the crease.
At the
so,
crease.
see, this is the thing, okay. Whenever there is a waist high no ball instance, okay, the protocol is the guy who is standing next to the bowler, the umpire standing next to the bowler has to give it. If there is doubt, he will look at the square leg umpire. The square leg umpire will
there to help
concur,
him out.
is to help him out. He isn't the go-to guy, okay. Even if there is a high bouncer, you see that the square leg umpire will point out that it is too high. He will ask him to signal a wide. The umpire at the crease signals a wide or a no ball. In this case, what happened was, the umpires did not feel it was a waist high no ball, so it did not deserve to be a no ball. the protocol states that only if the umpire has a doubt, only if they have a doubt, they can ask the third umpire for help. And in this case, a waistline no ball, you can't randomly go to the third umpire.
Yeah, that's not allowed.
If Rovman Powell, if Rovman Powell had gotten out,
Then they would
only then they would have asked the third umpire to check front foot and the waist.
All I will say is that this is far too complicated. Make it simple. If there's doubt, go to the third umpire. You have TV replays,
Just make the
man.
rule flexible. If
I
the
know.
third umpire is
Yes.
calling all your front foot no balls, why can't he call any ball that's above the
If
waist
he's
also?
seen it, especially, I mean,
I think that will take. That will
You
be
have
good
to
for
change
game
the
also.
rule. You have to change
Because-
the rule.
Because Delhi feel hard done by that decision,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it probably cost them the game. Because if that would have gone for a 6 and was given a no ball,
Yeah.
then it would have been 17
You know,
runs made
4.
of 4 balls.
And
so
Robin
4 balls,
Paul-
and you know that even the bowler had to be removed because he had already bowled.
Two beamers.
That is
Everything.
actually dependent on whether the umpire had
Yeah.
deemed it a dangerous
Dangerous beamer,
Yeah.
yes.
So if that was not the case, irrespective of that, the bowler would have been under so much pressure
Yeah.
to deliver.
Indeed.
And Obed McCoy was getting smashed left, right, and center, and that is why I think Delhi probably had the edge after those first three sixes. If we
yeah.
had 4 balls, Robman Pal, he
Yep.
probably could have won them the game.
Okay, so Sarchandra is asking, where will I get live scores of Nikhil Sir match? Sports Today.
We'll
This
give you
is
all
your
the
go-to
updates.
channel for Nikhil Sir's match. Yes. We'll tell you who scored, who's got out for a duck, who's gotten the wickets. Live, exclusive only on Sports Today, folks. You need not go anywhere else. So, where can we get that's been answered? What do you think of DC's chances now? Tired of 12 years
Benjamin
now.
Andrew Stokes.
Benjamin Andrew Stokes.
The
I
DC
thought you
fan?
were studying.
the
I-
DC fan? Really?
Yes,
He's
he
a
was
DC
a
fan.
DC
He's
fan.
a DC
Yes,
fan.
man. But you used to play for RR and Rising
Rising
Pune
Pune,
Super Giant.
right?
RPS.
I know.
He should be supporting Lucknow today. Same group.
Yes, I know.
So what do you
Benjamin
think of-
Andrew Stokes, you go study and
What
you
do
go to
think of
Andamans to
DC
research.
chances now? I mean, it's still very iffy. If I'm
They
being
are in
honest
that
with you.
middle pack
Yeah.
where they can
3
be.
games
It
they have
can go
won,
either
4
way.
they have lost.
Exactly.
So 3-4 right now, and you never know. It'll all depend on the last 7 games in the season, and Delhi have shown that they can actually do really well at times, and suddenly you see that off performance where they should
Yes.
have probably done much better, like in the last
Yeah.
game.
Supriyo Sarkar, do you guys have any info regarding that Saha incident? Lots of reports floating around.
But
Unless we don't
until-
get anything official, let us
We
get
aren't
official.
actually-
First, the
Comment
BCI
on
should
it.
send a press release.
Yes.
stating
Yeah.
what
Only
they have
after
decided,
that.
and then we can only confirm.
Absolutely.
It. We know what's been said and what's expected. We have already pointed out. We saw Nikhil Naz also talking about it a little while back. But yes, till the time it's confirmed, we won't put it out.
Yep. Super chat here. Pranay Saw saying, Verstappen fan here. He's heating up Imola.
He is.
Well,
He is.
yes.
What's happening?
So as things stand, it's a Red Bull 1-2 with
Wow.
Leclerc in third, and Leclerc is not able to gain ground on even Perez. So catching Verstappen by his 11 seconds ahead of Perez. So it seems like Supermax, unless their car gives out, which has happened so far this season, it's not
Yep.
I think
Let's
he's winning
see.
this race.
Indeed, indeed. So, luckily, sometimes I'm glad that we watch the Wankhede matches on mute because they have those air horns and it just reverberates around.
The worst sound
The
of the century
vuvuzelas.
were the vuvuzelas in the
Yes.
2010
Oh, man,
World
alive.
Cup.
Yeah.
Every time I was watching him, I'm like, why? Like
Why?
my ears would start bleeding. I thought.
I know.
Can you imagine how bad it would have been for people sitting there?
Must have been
The
crazy.
Bafana,
No, actually,
Bafana.
I know Nikhil was there, right?
Mm,
was
he did
pointing it out,
mention.
and he
Yeah.
said, "You thought it was worse on the television screen. You should have been there at the stadium.
I
It
know.
was really, really bad."
But
Man,
oh
that
my
was really
goodness.
bad.
Bafana, indeed, that
Full
was.
on some crazy stuff.
Well, prediction, guys. I am saying Lucknow will make 190, but Mumbai are winning.
Okay. I say Lucknow will make 183. Or let's hell with it. I'll say 187.
Okay.
And Lucknow are winning.
Why did you add 4 runs?
I just felt like it. Try a different odd number
No,
for
for
a
me,
change.
I think the Wankhede pitch has been pretty up and down. Some games have been high scoring, some games
The
have
last game which was played was 222.
So that's why I'm saying some games have been really high scoring, some games not so much. But I am saying 211 and Lucknow win.
211, 211. Big Boy is saying 185, but MI are winning. Well,
Interesting.
yes, the stakes are pretty high, folks. I mean, if it's 8 out of 8, is 0-8 for Mumbai, then even mathematically it is not possible for Mumbai Indians to qualify. So, Today we will know whether MI are mathematically even out of the race, or do they still have a 0.00001% chance of qualifying for the playoffs. So guys, don't forget to download the Gamezy app. Make your team now. Click the link in the descriptor. 5 crores chances prize you can win every day, and
I hope I win that much money.
yeah, team of 5 over slots you can make even in the middle of the innings as well. Okay, so join us for the mid match. Let's see what happens, and let's see whether predictions are right.
See you guys.
Bye bye.